Shalom, brothers and sisters. All praises to Yahuwah, our Heavenly Father. And my name is Brother CooYah. And I'm here to present to you the calendar for the 8th month. Now, the name of this month is not Bul, it's Bul. 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 If you look at the bottom of the Paleo script there, from left to right, Hebrew will Abara read from right to left. So the first letter is a ba. It's a bet and it's pronounced ba. And the second letter is a middle letter is a wa, pronounced w. And the last letter is lamed, pronounced la. So if you put all three of those together, it's buol. Buol. Okay? Buol. You gotta let it roll off your tongue. Buol. Okay, so that's it. That's the name of this month that we're in now. Now, if you have spent any time working on your own calendar and not sure what it looks like, well, this is what it should look like right here as far as the dates are concerned. Because I use this calendar right here. It's easy to use. I downloaded the blank calendar from Calendar Lab, and this is the favorite one I like to use right here because I want to be consistent for the new people who's coming in, and I want everything to be the same. So I'm making these videos, and I do this, and I do it the same way every time, so that I won't be changing up so much for people who's come in, and they can get right on board with the people that's been here for months. All right. So I want to keep it consistent. I really want a calendar sent to me ahead of time so I can look it over, so I can let you know where you got to look at and you know, and how well you can make your changes, and you know how to verify. It's not hard, but you got to keep your head together. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to check and double check and check and double check. 2 or 3 different spots. True for Yahweh, you got a new moon report. You can go to Moon Giant. It's a lot of places you can go to, and the biggest part of where you have to go is outside and look and check. Once you see that crescent moon, then you know you're starting a new month. Okay, so this is what your calendar should look like right here if you're working on your own. Someone please send me a send me a calendar that you're working on so I can help you out with it along the way. So therefore we can get more of these calendars out to different people, and you know, and so more people will learn and know how to keep the Father's Shabbats and his feast days. If you've been here before, which I'm sure a lot of you have, you know the routine. Let's open up your calendar from the previous month, the 7th month, and let's get that, and let's see how we come out of one month and go right into the next month. Um, Even though this month ended yesterday on the 17th, I don't like to leave any blank lines on the calendar. I like to keep it all full. This is your grace period right here. You know, just in case you here for the first time, you're working, you don't have time to make a new calendar yet. You're just trying to work on it or whatever. So you still can use this calendar for the next you know, 8 9 days right here until you get the new one up. So this is beginning of your 7th month here, and this is the ending of your 7th month, and now we're going into our 8th month right here. So these days on this 8th month that you can use on the same calendar until you're able to put up the whole you know, complete 8th month calendar yourself, until you're able to make one. All right, so you can start and do like one line a day or whatever. I know a lot of people, if you like me, you work. Some of your situations are different. You got small children, got elderly people, or you just have a busy schedule. You running your own business, and you just, I know it's rough. I know how it is, but still, we have to set time aside for Yah and for Yahuwah, cause if it was for Him, we wouldn't have what we have. We'd be able to do the things that we do. It takes a lot to live here today in this country with everything that's going on. We're not in our land, so I'm not making excuses, but I'm trying to give you different options. Okay, so let's make let's use this calendar uh, as long as we can until we're able to make our own. And for those of you that are familiar to this channel, if you go to Moon Giant normally will tell you where the dark moon is, right? If you look here on August the 16th in yellow, if you go to Moon Giant August 16th, it'll say it's the dark moon. It'll be the dark moon, but it also say it's the new moon. That is incorrect. Do not believe that. If it's dark, it is done. It is empty. There's nothing there if it's dark. Your new moon is when it comes out in the evening of the 29th or 30th day of the previous month. So when you see that new moon, that little small piece of light, the small crescent moon in the western sky, that is the new moon. It's not the dark moon. So if you go to Moon Giant, if you see new, that is incorrect. Also, in most places where you will see, they will say it is the 6th month. It is incorrect. Reason why they have that is because they added a 13th month for the last few years, and what that does, it pushes them back 2 months, because they got to make up for the month that they added. So that keeps them back 2 months. This is the 8th month, and it is the first day of the 8th month. The dark moon is not the new moon. Okay, so whenever you see the crescent moon, the small piece of light in the western sky, that's when your new month starts. So we are now enter our it will now enter our 8th month. On this line here, we have our first Shabbat. Your first Shabbat will always come um, on the 8th day of the month. You see where we have New Moon Day here, New Moon Day, and then we're going to count 6 working days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 working days. All right. On the 7th day is the day of rest. That'll be day 8 of the month. Everything in these boxes over here with the colors and the numbers and the positions is explained over here. So if you see the 21 here in yellow in the upper left hand corner of the box, you will know that they're the month of August, right? And the upper left part is Pope Gregory's calendar. All right, but it's Pope Greg's calendar. So this is the easiest way to explain it, because we have to take this calendar and match it up. You got to take the sun calendar and match it up with the lunar calendar, all right, for those days. So this is what I'm doing here. So it won't. I have to put it in um like this, so you know exactly what day you're working on. All right. So here your Shabbats will be on Friday. All right, because you have the 7th day of the month, right? Because New Moon Day is not a working day. It's not a Shabbat. I'm sorry. New Moon Day is not a Shabbat day, but it's the first day of the month. All right. So when you start your working days, it'll be on the 2nd day of the month. So this your work days down here. If you look in the lower left over here, it's the work day of the week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days you work on the 7th day of rest. But it is the 8th day of the month, because you have New Moon Day, day number 1. And so when you start your working days, you start your working days on day number 2. So it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and day 8 is Shabbat. Your Shabbat comes in the evening. So let's say, for instance, we spotted the new moon at here lately it's been like for me by 8:30. So if you spotted the new moon at 8:30, so that means on Thursday at 8:30 your Shabbat starts. You should go outside and blow your trumpet. You come back in, you say prayer, and have a feast. All right, and no work is to be done. Not even at home. You don't cut your grass. You don't paint your house. All of that stuff, sweeping the floors, washing dishes, all that should be done ahead of time. Cooking, even that. The 6th day of the month is preparation day. You got to double up whatever you're going to do and do everything that day. On the 7th day, it's a day of rest. It starts in the evening. So anything after 8:30 that Thursday evening is the Shabbat. You got to go from evening to evening. So after 8:30 Friday evening, your Shabbat is over. Then you can go back to doing your regular work or whatever you normally do. All right. So, but this is your Shabbat from evening to evening. So this is your first Shabbat. It's normally 4 Shabbats. It's New Moon Day, 4 Shabbats, and they're gonna fall in line. All of them fall in line under the same day, which will be Friday, on Pope Greg's calendar. Okay. So if your Shabbats are not lined up under your new moon, you're off somewhere. Your days you have a number wrong somewhere. This next line, we have our second Shabbat, we have a full moon, and we also have a month change. So, like I say, these calendars are not hard to make, but you just got to make sure you keep keep your mind on exactly what you're doing. So, if you look here, um, right here, your second Shabbat, like I say, you're going to line up under your Friday. It's going to always come on. The new moon is on the first day of the month. Then you got your 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th day of the month. So the 15th day is the new moon, is full moon day. It starts in the evening of that Thursday evening. It's also the second Shabbat of the month. Okay? So we understand that so far. All right, now we had a month change. We had Pope Greg's calendar had a month change. So what you do is just pull up your regular everyday sun calendar and see how many days is in that month. Um, so in August normally it's 31 days. So after that you just put your one, start your one here for August. For September, and you just count on, count from there. So in the 14th day in the evening at 8:30 or whatever time that it comes out, have your trumpet, blow your trumpet, come inside, take prayer, have a feast. You can feast, study, rest. No work is to be done from Thursday evening, 8:30. It might be sooner, it might be later, but I'm just saying for me, I'm just throwing a number time out there. 8:30 to 8:30 is your Shabbat. Then after that, you can go back to work Saturday. After full moon day, go back to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You work 6 days. 7th day, again, this is your third Shabbat. Okay? Look what day of the month it is. Alright, it's 22nd day of the month. One is always going to be new moon day. Your first Shabbat gonna be on day 8. Second Shabbat will always be the full moon and day 15. And your third Shabbat will be on the 22nd day of the month. Alright. See day 7 right here. Day 7, lower left is your the lower left is the work day of the week. Right here. This is your Shabbat. Starts in evening, from evening to evening. So let nobody tell you that the day starts at 12 o'clock at night. That is a bunch of Gentile crap that we should ignore. All that stuff was changed when we come over here. Then you hear a lot of times you have sunrise services. The day does not start at sunrise, okay? Not the lunar day anyway. The day start in the evening at sundown. That is what we should be practicing. That's what we're gonna be doing when we enter back in the promised land and in the kingdom. We start now and get it in routine. We can't go wrong. Keep doing the same thing over and over. Keep doing it until you can't get it wrong. All right. So this is our third Shabbat. Next line, we have our fourth Shabbat will be the 15th of September. And now I'm gonna ask a question. When does the Shabbat start? The Shabbat starts in the evening. It should, in this case, it'll be Thursday evening. That will be the 28th day. All right, they're gonna start in the evening when the sun is going down, which will be the 14th of September. The sun going down, and 28th day at even is the 29th day. So your fourth Shabbat will always be on your 29th day of the month. Look at what number 7 is. Look, if you count from that Saturday from the previous line, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 working days. Will be that Thursday, which your preparation day, when you get everything together, you get your yard clean, you get your house clean, you take out whatever trash, you cook whatever food you can cook, you prepare everything. So when that evening comes, you don't do nothing. You study, you watch Brother Daoud's videos, or just lay back. Don't forget to blow the what's the word? Shofar. We used to call it shofar, the trumpet. Shofar. I believe that's the right word. I correct it. I'll make sure I get it right next month. But yes, blow it. That is a commandment. We're supposed to blow it at the new moons, on Shabbats, and the Sabbath feast days. Okay? So make sure you blow Shofar. And also, if you look on that Saturday, it is the 30th day of the month, of the lunar month, of the 8th month. And you see that the little crescent moon right here, that the little small parenthesis, that means we should be looking for the new moon that evening. Okay, we should be looking for the new moon. That's when you go out there and look for. You should start on day 29, because it, like I say, you can't really go by moon giant. It's just a guide. It's just something to help you out, keep you close. But only thing is going to make it perfect as you go out there and spot it yourself and get verification and witnesses. If you don't get no witnesses, no verification, then more likely it's gonna be on the 30th day. But I have seen sometimes come on the 29th day. It's not always gonna be the same. That's why it's so important to get witnesses and verifications. You go out there and spot it yourself. Okay, so this should be the 16th of September should be the last day of the 8th month. It should be the 30th day. For our last line, since the new moon, the crescent moon, has been spotted, well, it's projected to be spotted. Let me say that much. It's projected to be spotted in the evening of the 16th of September. That will make your new moon day on September the 17th, which will be on a Sunday. Okay, so that will be day 1. So I'm pretty sure most of us will be off on those days anyway, on Sundays. It ain't too much work is going on Sunday. You got some business and stuff like that. So this right here will make it a whole lot easier on us. I don't work on Shabbats or feast days either way. It, so on these days right here, on this Sunday right here, it should be no excuse at all where we shouldn't do no work at all. A lot of jobs are shut down. Um, some businesses are open, and most people, like in Christianity, whatever they say is the day of rest, but they still go out there and cut grass, wash the car, and all that stuff like that. You don't do that. You don't do nothing. Y'all, those people in our people in Egypt had such a hard time. Uh, y'all wanted to make sure that we had a day of rest. Even if you look at it in the book of Genesis, he even took off a day of rest. Okay, so he gave us his day. He gave us a day of rest, and it is a commandment. Please, people, please respect these days and honor it, and don't do no work on these days. It is a commandment. If you do any work on these days, you will be cut off from the congregation. When you're cut off, that means you will be dead. You will die. All right. So the first day of the month is September 17th. Then you'll work 6 days. After this day, this is a day of celebration for the new moon. It's not a Shabbat, but in our land of captivity, we don't have a temple to go to pray, and we supposed to feast. This is also a feast day, so whatever you can cook on this day. You can cook. You can feast. Have a big feast on New Moon Day because you don't have time to prepare. If the moon come out on the evening, you don't have time to prepare for the next day. After your Shabbat. So therefore, you can cook on this day. All right. So all of your Shabbats for the ninth month is going to be on Sunday. Now, if anything that I'm saying is confusing you, and I know I have a hard time explaining myself, people, my mind be going way faster than my mouth sometimes, or I just can't can't explain myself. I always had that problem. But look, just hit me up my email. I can break it down to you where I understand it, where you can understand it, better. So here, once we go to these work days right here, your 6 days on that Saturday. If you come back, once you make your new calendar, you know that our first Shabbat is going to be on Sunday, right up on the new moon day, like it is over on here on Friday. Okay? So this is your calendar for the 8th month. One more thing I want to say, brothers and sisters, before I leave. Um, while I'm on the internet, sometimes I like to double check, look up things and all. And I ran across a site that are selling the calendars that we make, right? Um, yes, I was very upset when I saw that because I do not sell these calendars. These calendars are free. The only thing it costs me is a little time, and when people close by who wants a calendar, it costs me ink, and I use that ink for different things too, because I'm trying to get my business started, and also I have printers, faxes, and all that stuff like that. But I do not sell these calendars. So anytime you see a website anywhere, um, with a price on it, pay no mind. If you need a calendar or anybody that you know who needs a calendar, um, just tell them to hit me up, or either you just print it off to them, send it to them. It's free of charge. I do not charge for doing Yahoo's work. It is free. I had people. I showed a guy a calendar I had a few weeks ago when I was driving a dump truck. I had my calendar in the truck, and he said, "How much do you want for it?" I said, "Nothing. All I want you to do is just go by it. Go by it. Just use it, and you know, just use the calendar. That's all I want. It's no charge. So don't. If you see somebody out there on a website selling the calendars, it's not me. It's not us. I'm not gonna take the credit for this anymore. It's not us. It's not the people on this channel. Okay. I don't know how to get them. Somebody might send one and then they just making money off of it. I don't know. I have no idea. Take care, really don't care. But I'm reason why I had to clarify this is for the new people that comes in. We are not about money. We are about getting the truth out there to our brothers and sisters who really need it. Okay? So for any more information what you need, um, brothers, we ask you contact brother Daoud, and that's his email right there. We ask that all our sisters that you contact Princess Maya, her email, princessmaya121@gmail.com. And for me, for any other questions and also questions for the calendars or, whatever, I've had people ask me different things to come to me, my email sometime. I will take time out and make sure I look it up and make sure I get you the correct answer the best way I can. All right. So I appreciate everybody coming in, and shalom.